toilet paper, a watermelon, a fish. What do these seemingly unrelated items all have in common? They were but a few of the countless gifts bestowed upon a 60-year-old Chinese adulteress in exchange for sexual services from over 1,000 male visitors lured to her lascivious lair in Nanjing, China. But this isn't your average case of gerontophilia. This seductive and spry senior succubus has a scandalous and salaciously scintillating secret. She is actually a 38-year-old man who not only deceived a legion of lusty Lotharios, but also recorded their intimate exchanges without their knowledge and sold the videos online. I'm Susu, and this is the shocking tale of Sister Hong. Zhao, the man behind the Sister Hong persona, was arrested on July 5th for dissemination of obscene materials, as well as violating the privacy and image rights of his victims. Using a hidden camera, Zhao recorded the explicit acts without the other men's knowledge and sold these recordings in private online groups for a subscription fee of 150 yuan, the equivalent of 20 USD. So many men were involved in this that the Nanjing Center for Disease Control and Prevention are offering free health screenings to individuals who may have been exposed to STIs due to many of these indecent incidents occurring without protection. Naturally, the bizarre nature of the crime has caused these illicit recordings to spread like wildfire, inspiring parody videos as well as people admiring the attractiveness of some of the men involved, going as far as ranking their favorite visitors of Sister Hong. Among Sister Hong's gentlemen callers were college students, young professionals, gym bros, and foreign nationals, all considered to be high-value men due to their status as well as their looks. In addition, many of these men were also married or in relationships. This case has received international attention, resulting in countless memes, AI images, and even fan art, gaining massive infamy in Latin America. Adios, Sanjuditas de cabeza. Hola, Santa Madre. Sister Hong. Sanjuditas is an affectionate way to refer to San Judas Tadeo, or Saint Jude Thaddeus, known as the patron saint of lost causes, who devotees often pray to make the impossible happen. So basically they're saying, no more praying to that guy, Sister Hong will answer their prayers now. Obviously a joke, but many people online are seeing this as the impossible happening, that being a woman getting with a bunch of men, some of which were good-looking and muscular, all while being perceived as unattractive and past her prime by societal standards. Well, in this case, she wasn't actually a woman, but sometimes it takes a man to be the kind of woman men want. ¿Alguien quiere pensar en las novias de los chicos que se comió Sister Hong? This user expresses sympathy for the girlfriends of the men involved. The image they've shared references S-Line, the ongoing K-drama that introduces the concept of red lines appearing above individuals who have shared sexual relations. And if Sister Hong's claim of being with 1,691 men is true, well, it's not confirmed for a fact that this many men were ensnared in Zhao's web of lies, and while police believe that he could be exaggerating, plenty of very real victims have come forward. One of the exposed men posted a video of himself crying online and begging for his girlfriend to take him back. Another man's fiancée canceled their engagement and blasted him online for his infidelity. One of the more popular victims, and I mean popular online in regards to the Sister Hong case because of his good looks, has had his life completely altered after being discovered in multiple videos with Sister Hong and took to the internet to beseech people to cease circulation of the videos prior to deleting all social media accounts. This has caused serious public outcry by countless confused and concerned netizens who question how some of these men could possibly have gone through with bouncing off the booty cheeks of a catfishing crossdresser, especially when they had other options like their actual partners. Many women have voiced their disgust, claiming that the Sister Hong situation proves that men will basically have sex with anyone and anything they can, and that the men involved have no standards. Some women even expressed that the case made them gain more self-confidence. Personally, I think many of these posts deriding the men for low standards and poor taste are missing a key concept here. The reality is that Sister Hong's allure wasn't simply about seduction or beauty, because I mean, let's be real here, but rather due to the fact that she catered to these men's emotional needs. I'll elaborate on this concept shortly. There's many layers to this kinky cake that need addressing first. We have the cheating wife layer, the cross-dresser layer, the voyeurism layer for the freaks buying the videos, the forced gay layer, which is a kink where someone role-plays a scenario or shares a fictional story where someone is put in a situation beyond their control where they have to do something homoerotic. It allows some men to feel safer acting on their desires if they convince themselves or others that they were tricked or coerced. However, doing it with a man that you know is a man, that's gay. You are gay.
You are gay.
And judging by clips shown from the Sister Hong videos, a few of the men involved clearly realized Sister was a mister once they met in person, but continued on their all-expenses-paid trip to Anusville regardless of the truth. One even returned every season, thus garnering the nickname 4 Seasons Bro from people following the case. And we know these men were aware of the truth because when the videos started spreading, the guys who recognized themselves went to the police to report. And when questioned by police about why they returned after claiming they were deceived, some said they went back to make sure their initial hunch of him being a man was right. Some said that even though they discovered the ruse, their thought process was, I'm already here, so might as well. Others claimed they had no idea they were blasting the pussy of a 38-year-old man instead of getting it on with a 60-year-old cheating wife. And to be fair, that very well could be possible considering those who saw the video said Zhao was fully clothed at all times, most likely to keep up the female illusion he worked so hard to create. The Sister Hong beauty regimen consisted of Zhao waking up every day at 5 a.m. to begin his makeup transformation, complete with heavy white foundation, wigs, face masks, prosthetic breasts, as well as the help of filters and voice modulation during online video calls with his victims to maintain the lonely housewife facade. This resulted in a rather distinct look that has sparked several parody fashion tutorials on how to dress the same, and even Chinese companies marketing a guide to trap high-quality men using essential items to replicate the look. TVB star Bob Lamb joked about the incident as well. He posted a photo on Instagram of his Miss Zhu persona from a past TVB promotional campaign, along with the caption, "All right, I admit it, it was me all along." Some netizens rallied behind Bob, claiming that he was much prettier than Sister Hong. Not shocking, since a majority of the internet sees Zhao as downright terrifying when he dons the wig and makeup. So how was he able to seduce these high-value men? First of all, Sister Hong didn't charge money or ask for extravagant gifts. All that was requested of these men was to bring inexpensive items as a condition for the meeting, such as a half a barrel of peanut oil, fruit, milk, or a small home appliance. This easily accessible stipulation made things even more enticing for men who were already intrigued by the concept of intimacy with a 60-year-old cheating wife. The hook was baited to grab men looking for an immoral encounter with someone else's spouse, and as long as that specific desire could be sated, their standards for looks would be lower than average men. Zhao was clearly very well aware of this fact and used it to his advantage. The kink factors helped, of course, but they actually weren't the most powerful tool in Sister Hong's arsenal, and this is what many of the people making fun of the men who visited are missing. Zhao's Sister Hong character created a scenario and space in which these men could feel comfortable. By offering them snacks, listening to their problems, giving praise, and remembering personal details, she made these men feel valued. Humans crave validation, and they also yearn to feel seen, which is exactly what Sister Hong provided. She also let the men take the lead and feel masculine. One clip shows Sister Hong asking one of the guests to get rid of a bug in the room, which probably made him feel a little heroic. Simple acts like this creates a bond beyond just the physical. Sister Hong was able to have strong emotional intimacy, and that was her biggest weapon. Many men probably didn't realize they had these emotional needs until someone came along, or someone came a Hong, who gave them such fulfillment. Unfortunately, all that bonding culminated in a huge betrayal of these men's trust and their public humiliation. Despite that, many netizens show little care for the victims, pointing out that many of them were betraying their own partners, engaging with who they thought was a married woman, or perhaps saw Sister Hong as someone vulnerable they themselves could take advantage of, seeing as she was portrayed as a 60-year-old woman asking for groceries in exchange for sex. This has led many people to once again criticize the double standard when it comes to male victims of exploitation. Ultimately, recording people in an intimate setting without their consent and distributing it is a crime, in addition to being morally reprehensible. The psychological strategy of simply being nice to a man was the most effective tool in Sister Hong's arsenal, but there's still more to this story. One thing that stood out to me is that none of the men who admitted to being a part of this ever said that they were gay or bi or even interested in men. In order to truly understand this, we must also take a look at the expectations of men in China, as well as the attitudes towards same-sex relations. In China, though there are many places where LGBT people are accepted, such as Chengdu, a city with a laid-back atmosphere that has a very accepting attitude towards their thriving gay community, the pressure to conform to a heteronormative lifestyle still affects most citizens. This mainly comes from the older generation upholding family values taught through Confucian, Chinese Buddhist, and Taoist traditions. One of the classical four virtues of these teachings is filial piety, or the devotion to parents and lineage. Filial piety places importance on respecting and being good to one's parents, as well as teaching that a wife's duty is to ensure male heirs. This is because these practices also teach that men are the ones expected to care for parents in their old age as well as continue the family name. Parental care includes making sure they are clothed, sheltered, comfortable, and live without worry, in addition to treating elders with the utmost respect. Filial piety is ultimately about repaying the sacrifices one's parents made in order to raise them. These values are held societally, as it's believed upholding them in home life ultimately leads to the betterment of China as a whole and the basis for an orderly civilization. This places a huge amount of pressure on men to provide, as well as intense pressure on women to make sure they birth sons. Because of the strong belief in filial piety and male heirs continuing on a family's lineage, parents are sometimes likely to shun and disown their LGBT children. In fact, this gained prominence in 2018 when Jackie Chan's estranged daughter, Etta Ng, released a YouTube video where she claimed to be homeless in Canada due to receiving no support from her parents because they disapproved of her sexuality.
Hi, I'm Jackie Chan's daughter, and this is my girlfriend Andy. We've been homeless for a month due to homophobic parents. We pretty much slept under a bridge and other things, you know.
Though the tales of social credit scores and oppression in China have been greatly exaggerated for Americans due to propaganda, like any country, citizens struggle with societal expectations, their identity, and finding love. So while the internet feasts on the freakiness of this case, what truly stands out is how swiftly even the grimiest scandals can be spun into merch, memes, and marketing schemes. This sordid little saga has opened the crypt on deeper issues: online safety, hypocrisy towards male victims, vanishing privacy, and the ethics, or lack thereof, of turning tragedy into trending content. It's a reminder that in the digital age, the line between a cautionary tale and dark comedy isn't just blurred, it's wearing a wig and dancing on TikTok.